Guys, how are you? It's Miss Amadio. I'm here this week because I wanted to go over the slides with you for your assignments this week because this is the first week that we're getting grades. So I want to make sure that everybody really understands how to access the slides, how to use them, how to complete their writing activities this week, so that I can send out some grades to your teachers for your report cards at the end of this marking period. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what we're learning this week. So this week, the story that we're reading is called Staying Alive. It's about all different animals and how they survive. And we're going to talk about some vocabulary that we might see in the story, like the word environment, survive, camouflage, insect, and disappear. As we go through the slides, we'll be seeing pictures and definitions for these words so we can better understand them before we read the story. This week, you're also going to have 3 writing assignments. The first writing assignment I want you to do before you're reading. The second writing assignment is a vocabulary assignment. And the third writing assignment is about the appearance and behavior. So what does it look like and how does it act? So these are some things we're going to look at this week throughout our slides as we read the book, Staying Alive. So the first thing that I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to share my screen so you can see the slides with me and what your expectations are for this week. First things first, my office hours this week are 10 to 1. So if you guys need help with something or you have any questions, message me on Dojo. We can do a call, we can do a chat, whatever it is that you need or how I can support you with making sure you get your work done this week. All right, so after you get into your Google Classrooms and you open up your ESOL slides for the week, they're gonna look something like this. The first activity that you guys are gonna do is look at some photographs from a new book. You're going to watch a video about how animals survive, and then you're going to write and do some speaking about the subject of the text that you read. So moving along, there's some directions that are translated here if mom or dad want to read through them or get a little bit of help there. The story that you guys are reading this week is called Staying Alive. So we have the PDF of the book. You can just click through and you can do some reading of the story yourself. Go back here. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. So you're going to read that text at home to get some information. But before you guys read the text, I want you to build some background knowledge. I want you to understand what it is that you're going to be reading about. So you're going to do that by looking at some images. So we have some photographs, different creatures, different animals that you're going to flip through. And just observe, what do you see, what's happening in the picture, and how would you use words to describe that? Once you get through the photographs of the text and you're thinking about what they look like, what you're seeing, you're going to talk to somebody at home. Tell them what you think. Based on the photographs, I think we will learn about, you're making a prediction, you're making a guess. What's the story going to be about? What am I going to learn from reading this particular story? Helps you get ready when you kind of have some idea about what you're going to be reading about before it starts. Okay, and then we could do a read aloud here if you click on the video. The vocabulary at this point that I want you to focus on are environment, or the conditions such as weather, land, where people live. Remember our picture, I had nice little mountains and trees, the environment in which we live. And also to survive, which is when you stay alive. Remember, animals need food and a safe place to live to survive. So as you read the text, again, look for those words, see how they're being used by the author, and just really make sure you understand what they mean. Okay, a couple more vocabulary words to stand out. So when something or someone is easy to notice is different than when you blend in, which is when something is harder to notice. There's also the word interact, which is where we act together to change one another, and to thrive, to grow and do well. So I know that you guys are all going to thrive with this assignment. You're going to do a great job. You're going to try your hardest, and you're going to turn it in to me at the end of the week. All right, here's another video that we have here about how animals survive. It's a really cool video about penguins and how they survive in the Arctic, so definitely check that out. If you want to see the words of this activity, you can actually click the CC button. It'll make it just a little easier for you to kind of read along as the video is happening. That's a neat feature that they have on YouTube. All right, this is where we are going to stop for a minute because we haven't done any of our journals yet. So when I go back up in the slides, you'll remember where I hit those photographs. Around slide 10, you're going to see your last photograph. This is where you stop and move over to your writing activity about the photographs. So it says, write things you notice in the photographs. You may use English or another language. You're going to flip through these photographs and you can type directly on the Google Doc. So I might say, you know, it's yellow. I see bees. I see a hive. And I see honeycombs. So I used some words to describe the photograph. What did I see in the photograph and what did it make me think of, and what vocabulary could I use to describe that picture of an animal? So you guys will do that quickly, and then you're going to make what we talked about earlier. You're going to make that prediction. I think the text is going to be about, and here's some information that I think I'm probably going to learn about. Okay, so that's activity 1. After you've previewed all that vocabulary, you're going to come down here, giving you some pages from the text, and they asked you to stop and do another writing journal B. So I call it writing journal 2. Just come over to writing journal 2. You'll see our vocabulary words across the top. We're going to match them up with their pictures. You can again just type right on the line. And I want you to pick 3 of those words, and I want you to write sentences with them, which you type down here, 1, 2, 3. So remember, I told you guys earlier, my students will thrive on their assignments this week. So I could go ahead and I could type that down here on the line. And then you're going to complete the chart. The first 3 items are completed as an example. What appearance and behavior do you see, and things that help it to survive. And again, you're just typing directly on the text box. All right, let's quickly go through the rest of the slides. Your book that you're reading at home. You can also use the video feature if you want it read out loud to you. Some more vocabulary. We talked about standing out and blending in. You know, the predator is the animal that's hunting the prey, the other animals. And also a disguise, when you change the way you look to fool others. Maybe I have my glasses on, maybe I have my glasses off. Maybe it's a disguise. All right. So again, you're still in this text. This is your text for the entire week. Another cool video about animals who use camouflage. We have a chart here about appearance and behaviors and how they thrive and their camouflage, and being able to tell the difference. So we have the leafy sea dragon and the seaweed. Which one's which? I'm not sure. I don't want to give too much away because I want you guys to read the book first, and I also want you guys to make some predictions. So I'm going to stop there with the slides, but I do want to take a look at the last writing assignment 3. And remember, this is the chart that you saw on the slides, so don't worry about typing anything on the slides. The only things that you're typing on are the documents for the 3 writing journals. So don't type anything on the slides. The slides are just a guide that show you what to do, but the things that you're going to type directly into the Google Doc. So it says, here's info about the appearance of a walking stick. Can you write how it helps the walking stick survive in the chart? Complete the chart based on the information you learned about the walking stick. All right, so you're going to use this graphic organizer to generate your ideas. Here's 3 or 4 ways that I see changes, or how they protect themselves, or how they use camouflage. And then you're going to take your ideas and you're going to give me 3 sentences down here in the boxes. The appearance of the walking stick helps it survive because, and you're going to complete that with the ideas you put in your graphic organizer. So I think you guys got this. This is your first week that things are graded. So I hope this little walkthrough helped you to better understand exactly what it is that you need to do this week. The most important thing that you guys can do this week also is push that turn in button so that I can get your assignments, I can send you back a grade, and I can give those grades to your teachers for your report cards. Proud of you guys. You're doing great. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.